Hi, welcome to Chapter 8 of Internment by Samira Ahmed. Chapter 8. My body is wrecked. I can't sleep. Every time my eyes close, I see the suit in my house drawing a gun. Stop. Breathe. Sleep. Now I see the boy, the screaming mother. Stop. Breathe. Sleep. The woman getting tased over and over again in my mind. I drag myself out of the lower bunk and splash cool water over my face. We can't stay here. We can't be here. But how the hell do we get out? There has to be a way. No wall is impenetrable. I slip into my clothes and dusty sneakers and tiptoe out of my room. My parents' door is shut. I walk on cat feet through the tiny kitchen and living area, grabbing a key card off the table. I slink out of our trailer, making sure the lock clicks as quietly as possible. My parents will go ballistic if they catch me sneaking out after curfew. There's a chill in the air, so I pull my hoodie up over my head, the same hoodie I wore when I snuck out to see David. I've been trying so hard not to let my mind rest on him. How I wish I'd been able to call him, see him, before I was taken away. How heart-shattering is it not to have said goodbye? I have to push him out of my mind, at least for now. If I actually allow myself to think about, to feel how desperately I miss him, I won't be able to get out of bed. There are fewer guards posted. The two closest ones are up a block chatting. One smokes, the orange embers of a cigarette wafting to the dusty ground. Searchlights sweep the camp. I stay close to the trailers, hoping to hide in the shadows. I count the time between sweeps of the beam of light from the guard towers and sneak from trailer to trailer, trying to avoid detection and the consequences that come from breaking curfew. I flatten myself against the aluminum siding of a Mercury home when a searchlight passes. Too close. My heart thuds in my ears, my breathing quickens. I pause because I'm suddenly and stupidly aware that I don't exactly know where I'm going, and that I'm utterly alone here in the dark. We're so far from anywhere that Mobius might as well be the moon. But I see the garden in the distance, and I remember that hole, or whatever it was, I saw at the fence before Sahil got in the scuffle with the guard. If an animal dug its way in, I wonder if maybe there's a way out. The wind is still, and for that I'm thankful. I could do without another lungful of dust. The calm in the camp is eerie. In the distance, a high-pitched bark echoes in the foothills. It feels like the sound of loneliness. Goosebumps rise on my skin. There are no dogs at Mobius. Pets are forbidden. So maybe it's a coyote or a wolf or a fox. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I don't know the difference among any of those animals. What I do know is that for this one little moment, I'm glad an electrified fence exists between me and those sounds. The mobile units are pretty close together, but a wide open space stands between the last trailer and the garden. I hold my breath and wait for the searchlights to pass, then run across the garden. I crouch down in the dirt against one of the big boulders as the light sweeps by again, but the edges of the bright beam fall short of me. I breathe. I inch my way up to the boulder Aisha and I came to earlier. That's where I was when I spied the burrow, that hole by the fence. I run my hand against the surface of the rock, feeling for the grooves of the initials we found before. When I find them, I rub my hand over the letters. They have a story. In some other time, two people came here willingly. They were probably young and in love. Who knows where they are now, whether their love survived. So I'm pretending they are together somewhere, happy. It's make-believe, but it gives me a little hope. It reminds me that once there was a normal. I flatten myself against the ground and creep forward so I'm facing the mountains, peering through the openings between the orange plastic barriers. I squint into the darkness, searching for the hole. But it's impossible to see. I don't have a phone to illuminate my way. There's only the brilliance of the wandering searchlights, and I don't plan on getting caught in their beams. Still, I scan for the hole, or, I don't know, some other way to get through the fence. An electrified fence. Maybe it's not really electrified. Maybe it's only a threat, a scare tactic. Maybe that's how an animal got through. That imaginary animal through that hole I can't see. And even if it was totally stupid and risky, how could I possibly dig my way through? I look up at the razor wire. Even if the fence isn't electrified, even if I could scale it, how would I get over the top without being slashed to ribbons? And how would I even test it to find out if it is electrified? What the hell am I even thinking? I take a deep breath, shuddering breath and cry. I lay my cheek against the ground and my tears mingle with the dirt. I feel jagged streaks of mud caking onto my face. I clench my hands into fists. Crying only makes me angry with myself. There's no use for tears here. But my rage, that I'll hold on to. I hear the crunch of a footstep and then a small spray of pebbles hitting a rock. I gasp, then immediately cover my mouth with my hands. A low male voice speaks from the other side of the rock. You shouldn't be here. My heart races. I turn and push myself off the ground. My knees wobble, but I stand. My eyes dart around, then land on the face of the guard from the train. Compass tattoo. There's nowhere to run. I take a deep breath, then another. Think. Don't be stupid. Smile. The guard's eyes soften, but his jaw is tight. What are you doing out here? I lost my necklace earlier, but I found it. I fingered the silver infinity charm at my neck, my last link to David. It was a gift from my boyfriend. I choke out the words. Don't cry. Not now. Not in front of him. You're breaking curfew. You realize that? You understand the consequences of breaking the rules here? Are you going to report me? My voice falters. I clear my throat. To the director. The guard takes a step closer to me. He blinks. I'm suddenly aware of the muddy trail of tears on my face. I brush away the dirt with the back of my hand. In the dark, it's hard to read his face clearly, but he seems to grimace, like he's been hurt. Then he clenches his jaw. He takes me by the elbow, and I swear his fingers shake a little. He looks past me towards the mountains, then around us. We're alone. Please, I whisper. I'm sorry. He rubs his forehead with his free hand. We need to get you back. Now. He hurries me through the camp, dodging the searchlights, weaving in and out of the trailer homes to avoid unwanted attention. The entire camp is asleep. I look up at the sky and see stars everywhere. I keep having the same sensation over and over. If this place weren't a prison, it would be beautiful. But as it is, I feel like the sky will light on fire any second now, and all the stars will crash into one another and burn away to ash. I slow down as we approach my Mercury home. I probably shouldn't ask. My curiosity too often gets the better of me. Why aren't you turning me in? Because I'm not... He cuts himself off. Not an exclusion guard in an internment camp? He stops and looks me in the eyes. Things aren't always as they seem, Layla. He knows my name. I don't think it's good to be known in this place. We walk the last few steps in silence, but if he knows my name, it's only right that I know his. What's your name? I ask as we stop in front of my door. He narrows his eyes at me like he's trying to read something, but the print is too small. He bends down and whispers, I'm Corporal Reynolds. Don't do this again. There are snakes and men who will shoot you. And that's a short chapter. It's the end of chapter 8. Hope you're enjoying it. Marshmallow definitely enjoyed it. Say hi, Marshy.